So what is CDS entity and what's the motivation for CDS entity? CDS entities and motivation. A CDS entities are new way of creating CDS views. It has a specified definition, consumption and management of the objects when it comes to CDS views in special. So it is going to manage CDS much better as compared to views. Why we need CDS entity if we already have CDS views? So you might have noticed that when we create CDS views, we have given a annotation in the first line called the ABAP view name, SQL view name. Yesterday, when we created CDS view, you observed that we gave this special annotation, which creates a DDIC view and a S4, a HANA view basically inside the database, and for which we given the name of this. My question is, there is no use of this actually. Why? Because eventually when you do a select statement or you use in analytics, you always use this name, right? This name is causing confusion. So now if you eventually see, there is a lot of time people can get confused between the first one and the second one. Why there are two names? Though we are always going to use this definition name everywhere, whether you select or analytics, but you still have two names. This is confusion. Second, the one we can actually eventually use same name. Even this name is good to create a HANA view. Yeah. So this is one motivation of having entity, so that we don't have to create unnecessarily multiple objects with different names. So one name and one object is more than sufficient. The second is the DDIC view, which is generated in SE11. That DDIC view is of actually no use. We actually never use this ever. Yeah, it's of no use. So unnecessarily system is producing a additional artifact into the ABAP system, which is actually not needed. Yeah. So that is why it is better to go with, for a better management, the CDS entity. This is the first motivation, main motivation of having CDS entities. Okay. So let's come back and talk about motivation. So there will be only one object going forward with the same name as the CDS view name, so-called CDS entities. There are no more three names anymore. So you will have first the definition name, entity name, and the view name. Three things were there earlier, but now it's just one. One single name suffice enough for all the purpose. This is the only recommended database artifact are created. So now only the HANA view gets created. You don't need SE11 view at all. It will not get created when you create CDS entity as compared to CDS views. CDS entity is much more than that. It provides a stricter syntax and semantic checks, like if you put in currency field, unit field. So it will ask you and force you to give quantity. And for quantity, it will give you units, and for currency, it will give you currency key. So it is more strict in syntax. It will not let developer do mistakes, and it will also indicate problematic situations more explicitly, like annotation checks. All of that it will do proper checks, so it will not let a developer do mistake and then later on realize, oh my god, I did this mistake. It's more stricter in syntax, which is better for developer. Then client handling will also be done completely transparently from developer. You don't have to take care of client handling at all. That will be also taken care by the system. Then weird limitations and restrictions are also resolved, like handling of extents. In the extents, we had a lot of weird limitations and problems, especially the syntax for extension of view is now also improved. Then we have also improved type safety within CDS expression. So it will do a stricter type checks like character or conversion from character to integer or integer number to character or char 14 or raw 16. All these kind of checks it will also do explicitly for us, which is more better, which will avoid errors at later point of time in syntax. It has significant performance improvement over the CDS views. So a CDS view generally takes about, let's say, 20 to 30 milliseconds to activate. However, entities gets activated in half or even 1/4 of the actual time of activating a CDS view. So in general, we saw observed that Activation takes 20 milliseconds, but for an entity it takes only 5 milliseconds. So it's a significant improvement in terms of activation and performance and the way in the background artifacts are managed. Then we have risks of inconsistencies, which has been removed as there is only one object. So you are not producing multiple objects with different names. It's just one name and one object, which is HANA object and entity in the ABAP side. So that way it is more simple and easy to maintain and reduce the chances of inconsistencies. It checks the key elements, handling of amount and quantities, and also buffer handling, which improves performance of the way you use CDS in general. But now a disclaimer. CDS entities you can only create starting S/4HANA 2020 release. In the system, they will properly work and get activated. In the old versions, you don't even get options to create CDS entity. Even you used latest Eclipse, you may see option, but it will not work in your company system because you are not on latest S/4HANA. So now let me show you creating a CDS entity. Exact same requirement, exact same view which we did yesterday, we will do with CDS entity and see how it is different. So you can easily create entities just with the same way the way you create CDS view. So if somebody knows CDS view, they can create an entity very easily without any change because there's no change in syntax as such. There is only change in definition. So all your CDS views can be converted into entities very easily, except few limitations like right now CDS entities doesn't support union. So if you're using union, it will not work. But other than that, everything works beautifully. So let me go ahead and create CDS entity now in our system for same view which we did yesterday. So yesterday we did this view called BP view. I will now create an entity out of it. So let's go ahead and go to CFN and we will create now a new entity here. So core data and services, and I'll click next and let me create it in my system, entity example. So you can observe that it is exact same code as the CDS view. So CDS entities are not different from that. It's just that it's better handling. So you can just simply take your code from CDS view and put it in the entity. So we will choose view entity, click finish. And now I will just grab the code, which is not activating here, but it's just because of system, of course. And I will paste now, save it, and let's activate. And voila, it got activated in my system. Yeah, and if I run, it's exact same result. So from a developer point of view, it's a very short steps to convert your CDS views to CDS entities. But starting S/4HANA 2020, if you are on 1909 or 1809, it may not work again because you don't have the feature at the moment in the lower release downported by SAP. So you will be using going forward starting S/4HANA 2020 CDS entities as more as compared to CDS views. That's the only difference. Now comes, is there any direct conversion? Can I click a button and will that convert my CDS to a entity? Answer is no. There is no one-click conversion. It is a manual job by developer who has to do this. Yeah, so that's the CDS entity part.